Hi, Bob Bartlett here with the Ubuntu Fly Anglers Network and iFishiBelong. And this is our podcast series on the reel, and I am your host. This conversation was recorded in 2024 on Instagram, but way too important to only live there. So we have moved this episode and others like it to our podcast. In this episode, Pacific Northwest steelhead and salmon fly fishing guide and business owner Captain Lael Johnson shares his courageous angling journey that started with guiding gear anglers to becoming a premier steelhead and salmon spay guide who appears on the cover of Steelheader's Journal. Captain Lael also shares the very personal story behind his recent documentary release, Visibility. So check out this episode of On the Reel with Captain Lael Johnson. Thanks for listening. So without further ado, as they like to say on the show, on other shows, let's get real with Captain Lael Johnson. Lael is a Washington State guide and business owner. He lives over by Seattle, Washington, and his main area of concentration when he's guiding in the state, anyway, he travels a lot, I'll tell you about that, is the Olympic Peninsula. And I met Lael 4 years ago, something like 4 years ago, saw him on Instagram, just a picture of him holding a massive steelhead with a two-handed rod. Never met the brother in my life, never saw him before, and there he popped up. And I think I texted you, Lael, within about 2 hours, and you texted me right back.
Yeah.
And so that led to a guided trip on the Quinault River, chasing steelhead. We didn't bump a lip, but it was a great experience.
Yeah.
So that's who Lael is and what he loves to do. So hi, Lael, and thanks for being on the show, bro.
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate you asking me to join.
You're welcome, because I know how busy you are, bro. I know how busy
you are. I got time for you, man. I answer that phone call wherever I'm at.
You always do, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So let's get going with our first question, my first question. So who is Lael Johnson? Tell us who you are.
Lael Johnson is a Midwest transplant that got to chase a lifetime dream of being a fishing guide. So born and raised in Topeka, Kansas, and I used to be a surgical technologist, and that's what got me traveling around the country. I was going to go travel the country on the agency's dime to see where I wanted to live, and this is the second place I traveled to, and I couldn't leave. And then I met these good old fish, the salmon and steelhead, and that sealed the deal.
So that good segue into my next question. How did this fishing for a living happen, get started, and where are you now in that evolution?
Well, everybody's got to work. Number one, you got to work, right?
Yeah.
So if it's possible that you can do something that you're passionate about, that you can be happy about, that you feel like you can grow and evolve into, that's what I wanted to do. And nobody's gonna chase your dreams but you, so you got to get after it. So since a kid, I wanted to be a fishing guide. I didn't really understand what it meant or like what it entailed. I mean, I was a 5, 6 year old kid. I just knew, I was like, I remember watching Bill Dance and Roland Martin as a kid, and I was like, they're working, and I need a job at some point. I got to grow up, And I was like, I want to do that. And then I came out to Seattle, and caught some fish, and was catching fish with buddies, and it just got to this place where, like working my job, I was like, as a surgical tech, I loved it. It was fun. It was interesting, but it just wasn't my end, And I was like, I want to do something different. And like I said, you got to take that jump. Nobody's going to do it for you. And I took that jump, and I actually took a coworker out fishing with him and his son, just to kind of like, if I have a good day, I'm going to start guiding. And if I don't really know. I kicked some butt that day. So here I am all these years later, man, still having fun and just chasing dreams and doing stuff and traveling places that, honest to God, there's no way in the world I ever believe I ever would have been with it not been for fishing.
So here you are from 4 years ago when we first met, though. You're being very humble. You have built an amazing business, and you're out there and you're working it. I see you all the time. I've been following you ever since we first met, and it looks like some good things have come your way because you've been investing the time and effort into it.
Yeah. Just trying to eyes pointing forward. Just really not. There hasn't been a plan B like this. I don't really understand that. It's just it's fish and fish and fish and fish, but like enjoy myself. And then it got to a place, I would, plan B didn't happen, but it kind of extended plan A, where it was like I was guiding, and I've been guiding for over, a little over 10 years, but I didn't really feel like I don't really feel like I was giving a chance to anyone like myself. Like I was like, how if I'm me, how do I get me when I was 15 or 20 years old to get into what I do? And I was like, I don't think I'm doing that, man. I feel like I'm taking out a lot of people. I'm doing this, but I don't think I would have influenced myself to get out there. Like I'm a special case. Like I was gonna go fishing. I was gonna make this happen no matter what. But for the person that really doesn't have any outlook of like maybe what direction they want to go, I was like, I don't know if I'm doing enough to kind of sway that person to, maybe follow a path that I'm on, or even just try to chase that. And that kind of became like my true agenda beyond just guiding and making money. It felt very self-servant, and I was like, I want to do more.
And so, are you still an employee of one, or have you brought on other people?
No, I have other people. Yeah, just trying to like actually my buddy that was in visibility with me, we'll talk about a little bit. He's actually going to come out here this winter on the Olympic Peninsula, and I'm going to try to get him going. And I have another gentleman that's ran some trips for me, a really really good guy named Noe Perez, and he's epic, Latino gentleman. And trying to get these guys going. I'm trying to do a little bit more stepping back so that I have more time to spread the word and talk to people like you and go around and move around. I'm very, very busy, and being a full-time guy trying to do all this other stuff, it's like I'm trying to stay alive. I'm winning, man, but it comes at a cost.
Well, yeah. Let's see. There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
That's that's that's
beer,
thir- that's 34 years in academia. This is the
man.
cost right here.
Yeah,
34. But I'm retired now, so every day's
there you
Saturday.
go.
Um,
I like it.
but I was curious about that because when we first met, you were doing it all. You were sleeping in your truck at the Quinault Resort parking lot
Yeah, yeah.
in the rainforest.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, what's funny, man? I was like, it's the journey that some people go through to get where they actually want to go. Like you'd be so surprised at the stories. Is like Instagram's epic for showing the highlights of it, but there's not many people that know there are many nights, like many nights, I slept out in the freezing cold rain, either underneath the tent or sleeping on the back seat of my truck with my dog in the truck, waiting for my clients in the morning. I mean, I did that for a long time, like before I had a trailer. And I'm like, man, if you want to get up and get after it, like it doesn't mean that the road's going to be it's going to be nice and smooth. It can be very bumpy, but I wouldn't choose it again. Like you gotta fall in love with the struggle, because that's always going to be there. That is, you can guarantee that. So if you love that struggle, and then you love your little bit of light at the end of the tunnel after that struggle, then you'll win. You'll win.
That's awesome. I remember. I think you made a. I think I pointed to your. I said, "Is that your truck?" When we very first
Yeah,
met, and you said, "Yeah, and
that's
it
my bed.
leaks." But you said the camper leaks, and of course it's the Olympic. We're in the
Yeah,
rainforest, right?
yeah.
And we went out there, and I remember standing there watching you push the boat over this rocky
Oh
ledge,
yeah, that was a
thinking,
terrible.
"Is
Oh
this
man, I
a
remember. Yeah, that launches.
is this a
Yeah,
boat
that one.
launch?" And you went,
Yeah.
"No, not really."
No, not really. Yeah.
So,
Thanks, Gary.
anyways, I'm just thrilled that you're in my life, bro, and
You as
and just
well,
watching you build this thing is so impressive.
Tyler.
Um, I'm no really, and I talked to you in Bozeman recently, and you were doing visibility, which we'll get to in a sec. But I want to ask you about the Fish Foundation.
Yeah.
What's that
So,
about?
the FYSH Foundation is number one. FYSH is FYSH, and it stands for Your Sanity and Happiness. That's why I fish. Period.
Before you say that
For
again,
your sanity and
got it.
happiness. That is why I fish. Period. Beyond money, beyond anything else, whatever it does for my livelihood, I fish for my sanity and my happiness. That's the only reason I go to the water. That's it, right? I've been able to expand and do other things beyond that, but I fish for my sanity and happiness. And for a long time, I wanted to start an organization that was going to kind of get people out, do different things, or help the environment or something. And FYSH Foundation was always in my head. It was FISH. It was going to be for improvement of streams and habitats. It's still available if anybody wants to do it, but I don't want to be down in the Capitol lobbying and stuff like that. So I'm not going to do it anyway, right? So I thought about that. I was like, I want to start this FYSH Foundation, and I was I was lucky enough that there's a Bronco Wild Fund. I'm a Ford Bronco ambassador, an F-150 ambassador, and they had a grant, and I was able to get that grant, and I was able to start the FYSH Foundation. I was literally coming home. I was driving home from the Olympic Peninsula. I had a good day on the water, and I'd actually turned down the opportunity to actually have the grant because I was as busy as I am. I'm gonna start a foundation on top of this, and I'm like, I don't know, but nothing ever comes at like the right time. There's just a time when you're going to do it, and there's other stuff you're going to say no to. But if you're looking for the right time, keep waiting. It's not coming, right? So anyway, so I was just driving home on the road. Like I think I had the Bronco at the time. I did have the Bronco at the time, and it just kind of hit me. And I've had my business Fly Guide is FLYGYDE. I've had Guide Life, which is like my product business. It's like I have this business where if I'm making products, I have it goes underneath that. And I was like, why? Why? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's it. I was like FYSH, and it just hit me like within 5 seconds, for your sanity and happiness. And that's where it is. Anybody looking, if you want to start a business, if you can't figure out the name, you're not really going to figure out where you're going. That's how you do it. Like figure out your name, figure out your domain, figure out your Instagram, and then take flight. Right. Anyway, so that's what happened. I was able to get that grant. And then I started the FYSH Foundation, and I've secured some events. I had an opening event last year, and then I have this movie and the fly fishing film tour that's kind of spreading everything around
So
and
who's
letting
your
people know about it.
target audience for FYSH Foundation?
So it's two phases. It kind of evolved, right? So I do want people of color to get out there, especially, right? That's definitely been a focus. But I really wasn't trying to call it out. I just wasn't. I spoke to you about that before. I wasn't something that I was directly like. I just want to get black and brown people out there. It wasn't. I want to get everybody out there, right? But it is about the mental health aspect of actually being outdoors and how important it is. Then the way that I changed things and evolved in me starting it is that I saw how much pushback I got and negativity online. Enough um, from visibility coming out as far as like nasty comments and this whatever. And this is not the majority of people. This is kind of like I don't know 5%, even if that. But I am a people pleaser, and I do want to make a lot of people happy if possible. But I really want to stomp out the hate. And I saw this, and it really changed my mind to make me want to focus on this. It's like, if you want to bring this negativity to me and the things that I'm trying to do, well, I'm going to fight fire with fire. And I'm like, well, I'm focused. Now you've asked me for it. Right. And now it is a legitimate, I understood, like I saw the negativity that was enough for me. Right. For me to have something that made me want to focus on this. So now I do have a direct initiative to get somebody that looks like me and you out. It wasn't a requirement. It's still not a requirement, but I just saw how important it was, and I understood how important it was for me to be the voice that I'm like, man, don't bring that noise around me or anywhere around me. We're not about this. It's wrong. It makes no sense. We're talking about fishing, but the wild thing about it is like, why do I have to say that? And the reason I have to say that is because of the negativity.
Yeah.
So it's just I saw it was something that was needed. Now, again, for your sanity and happiness is why I'm trying to get people outdoors, right? There's certain target groups, but the long story short is I'm trying to help other people through all the phases of life that I needed help through, right? Being a struggling teenager, being in the military, like my eyes have seen things in the military that I have not wanted to see. I haven't been in combat, but I've seen what combat does. I've worked in the hospital, right? And it's the fact that fishing has got me through all of those phases of difficulty. It's taken care of. It's been the mother, right? It's got me through all of those times. It's like that's my church. That's what it is to me. It's so important, and I really don't know if I'd be able to get through some of those challenging times that I've had in my life without fishing. It's that important. It always
That's
has been, and I was like, I need to spread this out to other people. This is a no brainer. No
right,
brainer.
right. So, well, to you, it's a no-brainer.
For
And
me, yeah.
to other people,
Yeah.
it's like, this is a brainer. So
Yeah.
was Fish Foundation first and then the movie?
Uh, Fish Foundation was first and then the movie.
Okay.
So in the,
Could we
uh,
transition to that? Could we
you know,
transition to that? What
yeah,
about
yeah.
the,
So it's funny. So like it was actually a good thing. So I started the Fish Foundation first, and there wasn't like a direct relation to the Fish Foundation throughout the movie. It was kind of just a lot about my story and like just some of the things that were going along. And then I met this gentleman named Wesley. Oh gosh, I'm blanking those right now. Wesley Allen. Geez, I'm forgetting. Wesley Allen, and we have similar stories. And I invited him to come out and tell his story alongside of mine. It wasn't a mentorship situation or anything like that. It's just like this is another
sure.
professional fly fisherman, angler, that is out there, and I'd like to hang out with the guy and see what he's about, and same and vice versa. And let's go chase some steelhead, man. When I got some time, I'm gonna tell my story. And it was kind of one of those things I had a little bit of a conversation with, very short. And it's just like, how some people, like when you're just having a conversation with them and whatever your subject, it doesn't really matter. It's just like they just kind of get what you're
Yeah.
saying. You don't really have to work on it too hard. It's just like, yeah, man, I got you. I got you. And
Yeah.
that's the way it was. And because of that, like I felt very comfortable to share what had gone through some of the things in my journey and him alongside of it, and it just meshed out. It's like I'm so proud of the film, and Tyler Suarez is the director of the movie, and he just, I mean, put together. I mean, I think a Steelhead classic that's going to last forever, and I hope it inspires a lot of other people just to get outdoors and do things. I think that'd be incredible. So to the Fish Foundation, um, while we were shooting the movie and going through different edits and understanding more about what the film was about, is it was about what I'm about, which is getting other people outside to see how important it is, and then the focus of getting people of color to get outside and see what maybe they might be missing. If they haven't had any exposure to it, just give it a shot, give it a chance. So,
Well, I text you when I was sitting in the theater in Spokane, Washington, actually watching the film. And in case people haven't seen it, you need to see it. It's a very, very important film, and just exactly what Lael was saying. It's his story and Wesley's story, and what's awesome. You're onto something when someone else's story resonates
you,
immediately,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
immediately. And I had that experience sitting there with my fishing buddies watching this, and I actually took a picture and I sent it to you. And and what's amazing about that too, from my experience, the people stood up. People stood
Yeah,
up
that's
and
the
I'm
it's
like,
called
well, of course,
it's called visibility, buddy.
I
Visibility.
know. Well,
Yep.
but I have to say I was the first to
No, no,
stand
we
up.
got we had a question. I just reading the screen there. He wanted to know what the name of it is. It's
Yeah,
visibility.
yeah.
Visibility.
Visibility.
Mhm.
F3T is where I saw it.
Correct, correct. Hmm.
F3T, and I guess that's where it's staying, just with
Yeah, yeah, it's a
F3T,
F3
or
TV. It will be released online after it's done with the tour. I think there's maybe like three more dates, and then I believe Outside TV is going to have the rights for it as well, so it should be on F3 on Outside TV online after that comes out as well.
okay.
So it's got.
What? Well, in the past few years, there have been a few similar movies done or films like yours, and so that if they're all getting traction in a good way, I
Hmm,
think.
hmm, hmm.
So if what do you hope people, and you kind of sort of answered this, but just for me, what do you want people to take away from your film? After they enjoy.
Um, I, this is honestly, this was my focus. This was my focus, right? The majority of fishermen, fly fishermen, even especially, they don't look like me or you,
Yeah.
right? And for me to tell my story at the boat launch or in an Instagram post or whatever, maybe some people want to hear my story. Maybe some people don't. Maybe they understand the difficulties and things that I have been through. Maybe they don't, right? But that's the audience I wanted to see that. And if you're in that theater, you got to watch it. And that's what I wanted. You can sit there, you can have whatever opinion is, but If you don't like how the story's going or whatever, you can get up and walk out. And I just didn't see that. And I was like, I really wanted that to be a like focus. I wanted to tell the story. I really wanted it to be raw and real. It came out a lot better than I possibly ever could have thought. Like Tyler Suarez is, man, I don't know how to explain this guy is. The guy's got something that I've never seen in somebody. I've met a lot of filmmakers and things like that, but really what it is like I really wanted him to do it because I think the dude cared about me. That's my honest thing. I just think the dude cared about me and cared about my story and putting it out there like in the right way. I didn't feel like I was gonna have to baby somebody and then help them understand me. Like it was everything I needed it to be, man. The guy's incredible. So
So did he
that
seek you, or did you seek
he was
him
a
in
client. He was
this?
a client. He's one of my best friends now. He's a client. He just gave me a shot, man. He gave me a shot and came out to the LP and fished with me. He brought his fiance now wife. Love you, bro. Like he's just one of those guys. Like I don't even really understand how to explain him. And this is like he's one of them dudes that I'm gonna know him for the rest of my life. I just got to see him in Austin, a little while ago, but just the care that he had with like making this the best thing he's ever done in his life.
Mm.
I just felt comfortable, right? Because the thing is, it's a vulnerable story about me. Right? I put
Oh,
myself out there, right? I put
you,
myself out there, right?
yeah,
And I just didn't. I never felt weird. I was just like, he's not going to twist it and make it weird or make it like a thing about him or a certain agenda. It was. I just felt so relaxed throughout the process and I was just involved with it. It just felt right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure Wesley felt the same way, man. And it came out better than I think. Like for me, man, it's like the reason I know like it's something special. Like I have never watched it and not got emotional watching it. And I know the movie backwards and forward. He'll try to quote it to me right now, every word, every word. He knows it back and forth, man. And I do as well. And I can't watch it without getting emotional because it is a legit, real story about me and some of my struggles in a time period where if I didn't have fishing, man, I just felt like I would have lost my mind. That's the honest truth.
that's what I love about you, bro. Every time we have a
You
conversation,
asked for I'm
I
real.
feel you. I feel you.
It's
And and
real.
and I have to share the story back to when we were together on the OP, and I had my fishing buddy with me. But I remember you gave me a glance when I put on my Sims. I don't know if you remember this, but I had that bright orange
Oh,
Sims
I loved it.
rain
The jacket
jacket.
was
You're like,
beautiful, but I was like, don't wear it today.
you're,
Don't wear it.
you're
It's
like,
like turn it
bro,
inside out.
you're scaring the fish. You're standing over there.
You gonna spook them.
Well, I say that just as a reminder. You're just an amazing guy. I know from personal experience that you are a professional above professionals. I mean, that day in the boat was just sealed the deal for me that I wanted us to hang on and be friends forever.
Yeah.
But just watching you work and watching you talk to yourself, trying to get us out of the rain, and at the
Man.
oars, you were on the
Oh,
oars
remember
then.
that row across the lake? Oh my goodness. You saw me work
And we're
that
sitting,
day.
we're sitting there hunkered down in your boat. You're like, "Come on, Leo, come
Yeah,
on, Leo."
yeah. You guys
But
are cheering me on.
but
Yeah.
but you're just a genuine, transparent human being, and I appreciate you so much. So, one last question: what would you like to see changed, if anything? And I think you've answered the question, but just quickly, what would you like to see changed, different?
I just want I want more understand. This is a general thing. This isn't just fishing. This is just I just want more understanding for other people if you don't understand them.
Mm.
Stop the just take a break on the judgment. Right? And like I love social media, but at the same time it's ruined the world. There's so much judgment out there. So much judgment of like you think you know this person's story, you understand what's going on. You really don't. You really don't, right? Take time to have a conversation with somebody, give somebody a break. It's just I don't know, man. It's like just don't jump in with that wrong crowd and believe everything that you hear about everybody. Just give everyone their own chance. And that's kind of what I want. Like I don't know how many people understood uh whatever they saw about me. And like I'm happy that that film's out there because in that 15 minutes, I feel like you got a pretty good idea of like who I am. Right? And I'm okay. I'm fine if that's the 15 minutes you get. Like, I'm okay with that. I like that, and that I'm proud of, and I just want people to give everybody their chance for their not 15 minutes of fame, just 15 minutes of understanding. Just give somebody a chance,
Yeah.
and see what somebody's about, and let them be who they are. Like, just be better, like, please. You know, yeah.
Well, in my humble opinion, you did an excellent job at projecting that in the film. There's no question in my mind who you are, not only in the film, but having the chance to personally connect with you, and you now having time to be with my daughter in Bozeman,
Oh, that
which
hug
was
meant it.
so
That
cool.
hug meant it all, man. That
She's
hug meant it all. Yeah. She gave me the
um,
hug for you. That was, yeah. That was nice. It's
well,
nice to have some
I
felt
feel
like
like
some family support in there. It was great.
I feel like we're
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's all we really have time for. If you have a final thought, go for it, and then I'll draw this to a close.
I'm proud of you for starting this, and I love what you're doing, man.
Oh,
And
appreciate it.
I want to keep moving and climbing. Like, I appreciate what you're doing. Man, you've made a big impact. Like, I appreciate the cheers that you've given me, man. Like, it's one of those things is like, you never know how much that pat on the back means to somebody else, you know? And you've done that for me many, many times, man. Like, every day isn't the brightest day, man, but it's nice to have people that, care about you, say the right thing, on those times, man. So, like, that'd be my final thought, bro. I appreciate you.
Well, mutual. And every time you post a picture of holding this massive steelhead, I think I shoot back and say, "I want my turn. I want
Man,
to get."
come on, let's make it happen.
we're,
Let's make it
we're gonna
happen.
make that happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So, well, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight with my guest and good friend
Thanks for
Captain
having
Lael
me.
Johnson. If you're ever over that way and you want to go fishing and catch a big fish, you need to give him a shout now. But you got to give him a heads up because the
Yeah, give me a
brother's really
heads.
busy.
But I will have I'm planning more things. I'm gonna have more Fish Foundation events. That's really my next phase. That's, I guess, we'll continues a little bit more. Is I'm having more events where I can have free events. Anybody and everybody can come out, skin color, age, wherever you, whatever it is, and just get involved with the community around you. And then after that, I'm looking for specific people to kind of pick out of the crowd. Like, if you need a little bit more focus time or any type
Awesome.
of support, like, that's what I'm looking for. But I'm gonna have more events. That's why I'm kind of trying to do a little bit of stepping back from guiding and giving some other opportunities and other places to let other things grow.
Well, you keep me in the loop because I will definitely come over if time allows and take in one of those. I'd love to.
I'd love to. I'd love to. Yeah, I've been talking about, and I just like visited Alvin Dedeaux down in Austin, Texas, but trying to link up with other people that are doing great things as well, and spread this thing around the country. Share it all. Make us all happy.
I know you'll do it. So thank you for listening, everyone. You can also watch each episode on our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at Ubuntu Fly Anglers on Instagram and UbuntuFlyAnglers.com on Facebook. You can also message me directly at UbuntuFlyAnglers@gmail.com. So thanks, everyone, for listening and watching. See you next time. Tight lines.